Welcome to DLD 2013. We all worked very hard, this exciting team, to host you a nice program, to invite the most exciting audience, and to give you a good time. Last year, we traveled a lot with DLD. We've been in Moscow, we did DLD London, DLD Cities, we did DLD Women. We've been in the most creative and innovative hubs of the world, in Palo Alto, in New York, in Warsaw, and of course, in Israel. We did a great DLD Tel Aviv. Thank you, Ruti Orly. And I'm sure the next days will be very packed and crowded. I promise you excitement and fun. Übermotto of DLD 2013 is, you know it probably already, patterns that connect. A topic which has many layers. Let me give you a brief introduction. It's good to see you all here. In the 18th century, philosophers, thinkers, and poets defined the look at the world. Diderot, Voltaire, Kant, Hegel, you name it. Fantastic thinkers. Goethe, poet, Schiller. In the 19th century, steel magnates, railroad barons, shipping line owners shaped the world and started to see it globally. 20th century was the era of conflicting ideologies. Cruel world wars, clash of civilizations, something which shaped my generation, probably the generation of your parents, too. But at the late 20th century, end of the 90s, end of the 80s, beginning of the 90s, something came up which is the reason why we're probably all here, the internet and digitalization. And now, at the early 21st century, it looks like that big data will shape our century. But what does big data actually mean to us? I don't know how to code, not yet, nor deciphering numbers. Unlike the alchemists, today, data scientists know how to make out of numbers gold, real businesses. We all know big data is much more than analyzing figures. It's the ability to extract meaning from the masses of numbers, the massive masses of numbers. It's the ability to find unexpected correlations, the surprising matches, the hidden underlying patterns behind everything, patterns that connect. Surely, this speedy development changes everything once again. Society, politics, education, business, of course, personal behavior, you name it. We are here today to explore the human factor of big data. This is something I stole from Rick Smolan, who gives you a better overview in a minute. So please come and do active pattern recognition here. Connect not only with patterns, but you should connect to the guy sitting next to you, René. It's Philipp Welte and Yossi Vardi. Find the pattern that you connect with them. Connect, find the opportunities, do business, and have fun. Do the matchmaking, do the DLD experience. Welcome. This is the time to welcome my dear chairmen on stage. Hubert, without you, Hubert Burda from Hubert Burda Media, without you, DLD wouldn't exist. Many things here in Germany wouldn't exist without you. You've been the first guy who preached the internet to old economy. Come on stage.
Pattern that connect. It's really an interesting subject to talk about, and we will hear quite soon, future of authority, what matters media in the next coming years. So this is something my friend Joe Schonder and me, 95, you remember, Hubert? Sell all your printing machines. I didn't sell it, you know. It was quite good in printing, but in the meantime, Herr Cullen, how much of our business is in, where's Mr. Cullen? Hey, he's the CEO of my company, why don't you come here? Bernie! How much of our revenue is in digital? Around 50%. So we just jumped over €1 billion in digital business. And the speed is quite good. And we started early. I started with the money I made. I came up with Focus Magazine in '93, and Focus Magazine already was born in technology. I saw the computer surface and I had my ideas about how future magazines should be shaped. The money I made with Focus Magazine, '94 I went to California, and there we started, '94, it's nearly 20 years ago. So, pattern that connect. Last year, we met the wonderful Reid Hoffman, LinkedIn. I mean, can you imagine this boy with his IPO, I don't know, 20 billion 1 year, and he started probably just with nothing. The IPO of LinkedIn, incredible. Rupert Murdoch bought for 5 billion Wall Street Journal. If he is doing this well, as we are doing this with Xing, where we now have the majority, transforming such a tool into probably a media interface. So we have probably the biggest business media then here in Germany. So this is for you all, because most of you are in business. It is to understand these patterns that change and to understand what is good for your business. And so we will have a meeting on philanthropy. I think the whole idea of philanthropy, what we call Philanthropy 3.0, will change in the meantime. And it's so interesting to identify the new patterns. This was a short introduction because there are many, many points coming up. Now, the man with whom I always, Yossi, come on. This year we don't sing, huh, Yossi?
If we don't sing, we have to do something different new, Hubert.
Have you an idea?
Maybe we strip the two of us together? At least take your jacket. Please take your jacket. At least up to the jacket.
I have a new tie, you know. I have a new tie.
That's good.
So we think about, I wish you interesting hours here. And you know, this is one. The stage is one. Frontale Kommunikation, that's one. But the most important is what's going on behind the stage, where you meet each other. And so, if you see someone whom you will meet, you say just, I'm Hubert Burda, and you are?
Hubert Burda, Shadow.
Alles Gute, Wiederschauen.
Burda, before you go, we didn't check from which countries we have here the people. From which countries are you? Scream, shout loudly. A, Argentina. B, Mexico. C, D. What else? Good. Now, Finland. Good. Italy. Very nice to have you here. Who is for the first time in DLD? Raise your hand. Who was here before? So about 5% first time, 30% have been before. The rest don't understand my accent, I guess. Don't run away, I'm not through yet. The rule is you have to smile. If you see somebody who doesn't smile, remind him, do this gesture. Can you try and do this gesture? Okay, enjoy DLD, and we hope to see you next year. And in the meantime, as some of you may know, this year DLD had conferences in London, in Russia, in Israel, in Munich, and in some other things, and it's going to be expanded in the 2013. See you at DLD.